take a picture of that. I guess we can get a lower shot of the school here going that way. And looking to land here on the sidewalk. Hey guys, today we're going to be doing some community aerial photos of a neighborhood in Santan Valley, Arizona. We're going to be using the DJI Mavic Air 2 as well as the DJI Smart Controller to be able to record the screen. So let's get started. All right, so let's take off here. So I'm going to take off. So I already looked around for the highest obstacle, and it looks like these trees right here in the area that I'm at. So I always want to make sure that the drone is higher than any obstacles. And I also look around with my drone just to make sure there wasn't any additional obstacles that I didn't see. So somebody might request aerial community shots just to kind of give a sense to the potential buyer of what it's like living in a community. So right here we have a school, we have a park down the way, we have some shopping over that way, and we have some nice mountain views. So I'm going to be working on trying to capture these. And they ordered 10 photos, so I typically try to double that number when I'm shooting photos, and we'll try to diversify our height level as well. So right now we're on photo mode. It's on 6. You want to make sure that your settings are correct, so tap on these 3 buttons. My settings are all kind of messed up. They're more geared towards video right now. So we have JPEG and RAW. We want the RAW, and then the size we want to be 4:3 because we don't like to deliver 16:9 photos. We like to deliver 3:2. So 4:3 is more square, but we can crop it in a little bit from the top and the bottom to create a 3:2 image. There was no color option when I was in the photo settings. So if I go right here and I switch it to photos and then I hit the 3 buttons, there's no color option here. So where is that? Well, you have to change your setting to video and then hit the 3 buttons. We like to shoot on a flatter cine-like mode and then color it. It has better dynamic range, but for photos I just like to shoot normal. So I switched it to normal in video mode. Now let me switch it back to photo, and now I have a regular color profile. All right, so now let's start flying around. We have 55% battery life. It looks like there's about 16 minutes of flight time left, so I'm gonna have to hustle a little bit. When you're covering a lot of ground, I typically like to put the drone in sport mode. Whoops, let me go back in here. All right, so I put it in sport mode so that it can go faster, but obstacle avoidance is off, so that's something to keep in mind if you're around items. I'm gonna be higher than everything else, but I typically like to not go below 30% on my batteries. I think that's probably a good rule of thumb. It'll start to beep after that and want you to come back home. So I got a good 5 minutes to get these aerial photos done, which is plenty of time. So, all right, so I'm on sport mode. So I'm gonna go this way first. I'm gonna go towards that park in that green belt. So right here. Now I'm not really trying to highlight any particular house, and some of these houses have a lot of stuff in their backyard. So I'm gonna start off there's a nice park right here with some mountains in the background. I kind of want to show the main road coming in. So I'm gonna take a picture of that. Now we'll keep going here. Keeping it in line of sight, not going too far out there. Get a little bit closer on the park. Got the nice mountain views showing the curvature of the road in the neighborhood. All right, now I'm gonna turn back around. We have the school right here with a lot of nice green area around it. This angle really isn't that great, to be honest, just because in the background there's no mountain views. Now I know there's mountain views to the south here, so I'm gonna come over this way and get a better angle. You could do a straight on shot right there. You got a little bit of mountain views. I think the better views are gonna be this way, where you can kind of see it in relation to the neighborhood. All right, there we go. Now I'm gonna come back around. Come up and around. Now I'll take one more shot of the school, kind of in relation to the park, from a corner. Yeah, all right, that'll work. All right, so now I'm always keeping in mind my battery life. I'm at 44% now, so I probably have, I don't know, 4 or 5 minutes left on this battery before I need to start heading in. I know there was a shopping center down the street. And now if you ever are confused where your drone is at, you can always go to this map. You can tap on the map and it should bring it up. Let's see here. So then it switches. But I'm not connected to the internet with this controller, so it's not gonna load it up. All right, so I know I'm right down here, down this road. And now there's these shopping centers. You have a Walmart and some other shopping centers. You can take a picture of that just to show it in relation to the neighborhood. You also have a church with some nice those mountains are great for mountain biking and hiking. So I'm gonna take a picture there as well. And I'm just gonna get a nice shot of the neighborhood with the mountains in the background. Now I don't know if I'm gonna get 20 shots. I'm not just trying to take photos just for the sake of taking pictures. I'm trying to look for angles that are adding additional value. I'm putting my drone up higher in the sky to see if I can get some additional shots, some higher up angles. This one right here looks pretty close to what I was already getting. I can move the drone a little bit around. Let me see, there's a Walmart and all the shopping centers, and then there's a gas station. So this is probably a better shot of that. You got some mountains in the background. All right. And now I'm kind of farther up. So now we have the school, the whole neighborhood. You can see the park in the distance. We can kind of connect the shots that we've already gotten. I'm gonna take a picture there. You know, if you're uncertain of what additional shots you can take, they don't have to be too distinct. You know, an agent may not want that church in the photos for one reason or another, so I just took a shot of the mountain as well. Now I'm gonna bring it back closer to where we're at, so it's gonna be coming right back down this way. And I'm at 33%. It says I have 8 minutes left. When you're in sport mode, it uses significantly more battery life, obviously, because you're going much faster. So now, as I'm going in sport mode, the time that it says I have left is only 4 minutes of flight time. All right, so there it is, right back to where we started. Now, I like to usually review the photos if the drone's in the air relatively close, because it can take a long time for it to load. The agent ordered 10 photos. I don't think I'm gonna get to 20, but let's see what I have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 photos. All right, so now I know that I'm getting pretty low on time. I've already got pretty much all these photos. I guess I'm down to 28%. I think it'll start beeping at 20%. Maybe I'll get a lower shot in the green belt of the park over here, just to get a different perspective. I'm obviously picking the spot where there's no trees around so I don't accidentally go under. You can actually click this button on most of the drones have a button where you can just look down. So right here, I'm gonna get a little bit closer to the park. Make sure not to fly over people. There's a lot of birds. I'll wait till the birds move out of the shot. All right, now at 25%, I got low battery, aircraft returning home soon. Now that I'm this low, is there any additional shots that are gonna add value? I don't really like any of those shots. I guess we can get a lower shot of the school here going that way. But other than that, We've met our 10 photo threshold. I think we're up to 16 or 17 photos. So we should have plenty of shots to fulfill the order that the customer submitted. I'm gonna get one more shot just showing this other main road. I'm gonna go up a little bit to show it a little bit. Now I'm down to 20% battery life. All right, that's gonna be it. And looking to land here on the sidewalk. Now in sport mode, before I land, I'll switch it from sport mode back to regular mode, just so it has obstacle avoidance. Even in sport mode, it shouldn't have issues landing, but just give yourself a buffer, make sure you're not around people. And that's pretty much it for the community aerial photos. If you guys have any questions in relation to these types of photos or what you can focus on, like I said, usually if I'm just doing a community, I'll usually drive around with my car first and just kind of get an idea and try to find some unique things in the neighborhood. That's only if the agent didn't give us any specific instructions. Usually they will. Usually there's a clubhouse or a waterfall or a water feature that they really want you to focus on, so make sure to focus on that, and then everything else is gravy. In this particular case, we didn't really have much instructions, so we just kind of took what we thought would add value to somebody living in this particular community. So reach out if you guys have any questions. We'll see you guys on the next one.